Premier League football is back. All right, hello and welcome to the Matchday Vlogs channel. As always, please remember to smash that like button, hit subscribe, because it really does make a difference to the channel. Tonight we are talking about the upcoming fixture happening on Saturday. It is Leicester City, also known as Loophole FC. We're also going to be having a look back at some of the other games, including this one that happened on Sunday, which was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and I know Jack's been telling me all about how important or how legendary it is to have a central badge. I was kind of in slight disagreement. And do you know what? We're also going to be talking about this. Tuchel appointed an English, non-English manager. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you even care? Anyway, also. This show is brought to you by the guys over at Football Prizes. This week, available until Tuesday the 29th. Quite a cool little prize list. It is Saints versus Brentford hospitality tickets. You get 2 hospitality tickets, which I understand is in the Saints bar. So go over there and check it out. There's also 15 instant wins. It looks to be a Bednarek signed shirt in there and lots of other goodies. So just £3.95 only, 175 tickets available. Competition ends on Tuesday 29th of October, which I believe is pretty much when we kick off against Stoke. So there we go. In case you were stuck for ideas for Christmas gifts, you can... It's a nice idea, I say, get a Christmas gift. You could end up with 2 hospitality tickets to be able to gift to someone or take yourself and give them your season ticket. I don't know how you do it. Anyway, let us know where you're watching the show from. It's always fun to find out. How's everyone doing? We've got a mega fan. Dave's in the room as well. What's up, Dave? How are we doing? And Jack's back. What feels like an absolute eternity. Jack is back. How are you, Jack? You all right?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I can only apologise over the weekend. Train lines and family plans kind of ruined a Legends game for me. But, it looks like you had a good time. You got to see Latiz score a penalty. And even more amazing, Lambert missed one. So, what a crazy night.
It was quite a fun one. Evening, Rusty. How we doing? Let me see. Where's my image? I spent ages putting together. Yeah, it was fun to see a lot of things. Do you know what struck me the most out of everything? And it might surprise a few. I couldn't quite see who was playing in left back. I couldn't quite see, and I thought, God, they're quite quick actually. I wonder, it must be one of the not so old players. Franny Benali.
He's a boy.
I kid you not. I reckon he could play on Saturday. He's rapid. I mean, aside from the bit where he fell over the ball.
But that's classic Franny. That's classic Franny.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. He's as fit as. I couldn't believe it. I mean, yeah, rapid. I mean, he was up with the paces of, dare I say, Theo Walcott.
Wow.
So, there we go.
Wow.
Strong words.
Oh, are you saying prime Theo Walcott or Theo Walcott from the other night?
Theo Walcott from the last 2 times we've seen him. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. Look at this. Lots of people watching far and wide. Bud for Montenegro until tomorrow. Oh, lovely. That does sound nice. What's the weather like there? Very nice. Wayne saying good evening. Good. Right. Shall we have a look back? I didn't have an Arsenal graphic, but do you have any thoughts on the Arsenal game?
I think looking back at it, if that game had been played after we'd had maybe another win or a few more points on the board, you wouldn't be that upset by it. So it's a really good Arsenal team. We held them off very well first half. The first goal was great to get off the scoreboard, and then it was they weren't they weren't sloppy goals this time. They were just like, oh yeah, fair play.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fair play. That's why you're competing that's why you're competing against City for the league. That's you're great, fair play. So I wasn't that mad coming out of it. It just doesn't help the overall story, does it?
It doesn't. I think there were a few positives though to take from it. I mean, one of which was a very tall 6'7" positive in tall Paul. Who
you're going to have to
an
eat
absolute
so
baller,
many
didn't
words, mate. You're going to have to eat so many words. All the times I've sarcastically said he's great on here will look great on my CV. The amount of times I'm like, got to give Paul a chance. And every time he said no, and now look at him, absolutely mugged off some of that Arsenal squad. He was great.
Yeah. Time will tell. That's all I'm saying. Time will tell. We'll give him some time, but it certainly gives us an option up front, which we're lacking. And it was great to see Cameron Archer get a goal as well. So I'm certainly super pleased to see that. But yeah, lots of positives. I thought, was it their second goal? Offside, in my opinion. He's going for the ball. So I don't know. And then that Sugawara should have blasted it. So maybe on another day we could have gotten away with a 1-1. But hey, this is hindsight, isn't it? It's a wonderful thing. Wonderful thing.
Always is.
Yes, indeed. And then of course last Sunday the Legends game. Not much report really. Has no standing on us, but it was great to see some familiar faces. And I thought it was really well put together by the club. Just to be ultra transparent on the contribution, because charity stuff always a bit of a grey area. No money was passed. I got 2 free tickets. That's all I got. And then I put all the advertising out for free. So that's right. There we go. Fully disclosed. Not sure I needed to do that, but I thought I'd do it anyway.
It's nice that you're being transparent.
Yeah.
But being transparent, Mike usually hits me off screen. It's awful.
I'd had a very late night as well, so it was hard work. That's what I will say. But it's
long day.
So it was a very very long day. And unfortunately, bus replacement services screwed over my good friend here.
Oh mate, I was just. Do you know like how like the gut drop of when you're like, yeah, day sorted, nice and easy, check your phone. No. Just like didn't even think about it. In fairness, it's my fault. I should have checked the night before.
Yeah.
Instead, I did what I did.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing. Right, let's have a look over to the upcoming fixture. Of course, it is Leicester City coming up next. What is we're going to say it already, Jay, is it must-win game?
You know what? I think it might be, especially because we got the break after it. The annoying, like, I've not really thought about it. I've not thought about firing Russ really at all, because in my mind, the project's set in place. But then I saw somebody just tweet today saying, crazy to think that this weekend could be Russ's last game. I was like, oh, well, that's an awful thought.
Before we get into that, because there's a certain guest who's joining us tonight that I want to get his thoughts on it as well. But yeah, there's lots of interesting thoughts on that. To think it might be his last game, I don't know. No, I think a lot would have to happen for that.
Unfortunately, Leicester at home, I've seen a lot happen in that game.
Yes. We're going to have someone come on to give some stats ahead of the game. But there's one very important stat that I thought I'd share with you all. I've never been to watch Saints v Leicester and seen us lost.
That tells you guys he's not a true fan. He wasn't there when we needed him.
I saw the 2-2 and the 1-0. Actually, just saying. Just a little fun stat there. But anyway, someone who's got way more stats than me. I'm going to bring into the room now. Please give a very warm welcome to Mr. Martin Sanders. Of course, Football Martin.
Some good content.
Zan, we've actually got some accurate stats coming your way. Martin, how are you? Thanks so much.
I'm okay. You're welcome. I've been digging around the internet for the last couple of days, looking into this game, and God, like you say, it's a massive game, isn't it? It's a must. It's a 6-pointer already. I just think the next 4 games. I said to you when we bumped into each other at St Mary's the weekend. It's there's some really big fixtures. Obviously, Leicester the weekend. Man City, you can write that off really, but Everton at home, and then Wolves away. They're 3 huge games. Teams around us that we've got to win. But Leicester is it's a tough fixture, isn't it?
It is a tough fixture, and I'm sure a certain digit will be mentioned by the punditry team who will be covering it. But are there any particular stats that are standing out that bode well or don't bode well for Saints fans?
Yeah, there's one that doesn't bode well because the club are 20 games winless in the Premier League right now, drawn 5, lost 15 this Premier League season, obviously the last one as well. Failure to win in this game would see the club set the longest record for a winless run in the top flight. That's the the horrible statistic about this one, I think. Not nice, is it? It wouldn't be nice. Looking through the other stats, league low of 4 goals scored, conceded the joint second most goals in the league at the moment, 15. Saints have conceded more goals from turnovers than any other Premier League team, 4. The fifth highest for possession in the league, Saints, 57%, they said, but just 3.2% of Saints touches have come in the opposition's box. It's the third lowest of any team in the division right now. So we know where our problems lie. Let's find some.
It's nice talking to you.
Yeah, we'll find some good. We'll find some positivity now, because there's a few little bits of positivity for sure. Leicester City, fewest shots of any team in the Premier League this term.
I like that one. Keep going.
But there is one little. Well, they're one of 3 teams to score in every Premier League game so far. Themselves, Arsenal and City. A win for Leicester would see the Foxes get back-to-back wins for the first time since 2023. They do struggle away at the moment, though. In the top flight, winning just one of their last 14 matches, drawn 4, lost 9. That run includes a 1-0 defeat on this ground back in March 2023. Jamie Vardy, though, he has a decent record against us, as we all know. 12 goal involvement versus Saints. 8 goals, 4 assists versus no side as he had more. 6 of the 8 goals he scored at St Mary's. Obviously got a hat-trick in 2019, and that kind of wraps up all the statistics that I've dug out in this one.
I like the way you did that. You got a hat-trick in 2019, just left it at that.
Just leave it.
Nice work. I like that. That was great. I enjoyed that. But of course, you were at the Arsenal game. And we just saw the highlights, and I was watching coverage of the game, which was jumping back and forth. I'll let you fill in the blanks. And it looked better. I mean, I thought a defensive masterclass in the first, but signs of positives?
Yeah, there are some positives. Yeah, I think he obviously started with a big man playing the Loch Ness Drogba up front, Ross Stewart. Really struggled to get into the game, and he got injured. Obviously, he brought Cameron on, gets a goal, which was delighted for. I thought he done really well when he came on. Thought he was brilliant. Tyler had a good game. I thought Tyler Dibbling played really well off the right side. He's just brilliant, Tyler. I love watching him play. Just a breath of fresh air. And then
he's back from injury now.
Yeah, he's back from that mystery injury he had. But I'm glad he'd be fresh going into this. They kept him fresh, and it makes sense. And Paul Onuachu come on, didn't he? And I thought he looked a real handful. I think he's given Russell a little bit of a headache, really. He scored wherever he's played in Europe, hasn't he? And it's not happened for him here. And a lot of people think it's now his time, redemption. Maybe it will be. I actually think we see him score in the next couple of weeks. I have this feeling about Onuachu. He's going to be here till January at the least anyway. So might as well utilise him. We're a little bit short in the striking department, aren't we? So yeah, I think he was a positive. He was a positive. Ryan Manning at left back was a positive. So there were some positives, but we continue to give teams opportunities, and I think that's probably my biggest concern. I'm sure it will be Jack's as well, and yours, Mike. We do just give teams chances, and it's got to stop really quickly. And I think he does need to find another way to play. I really do.
Yeah, I think the crushing thing for me is the fact that these clubs are coming at us and they're not having to do a lot to beat us. And I think that's the most disappointing side of it. But there are certainly some positives. I mean, just going back to Tall Paul, Jimmy G's here saying Tall Paul should be starting, give big defenders something to think about. He looked a lot more mobile. I remember seeing him play before. It literally just looked like he was a lamppost, stood up front waiting for the ball to arrive, which was great for hold-up play, but ultimately, in the way we were playing, you just got to be a bit more rapid, a bit quicker, really. So I think it certainly is a new dynamic. But Chad, do you see it being something that will be in the starting 11, or is that too early to say that?
I have always, as sarcastic and joking we want to be about Tall Paul, I've always been in the camp of that he didn't get the minutes, and then what he was bought for, that's not the football that we played for him.
Oh, he's back.
Everybody else's screen just
I just thought it was dramatic silence. She just left it in there. Just
good.
Yeah.
Just thrown it in there. No, so yeah, Tall Paul. I think he's not had the minutes. I don't think he's played to a system that's warranted him. So I think it's all been quite unfair. And then look out, and he was great when he went out on loan. There's a reason we like every day when we reloaded Twitter in the summer, and actually was in the news. So I think I want to see it. And Martin said that he's given Russ a headache. I think the bigger headache is that no one else has given him an option. I feel like the reason Paul looks good because all the other strikers aren't scoring goals. The fact that wherever our goals come from, they've come from right back. They've come from. Now Archer scored. To be fair, now Archer scored, but it's got some other place. Before that, it was, Sugawara. It was Diblin. It was not the how many other attackers we actually bought in the summer. So I'm happy to see Tuchel come through. I just want, as long as they're scoring goals, as long as it's looking. Listen, I'm excited that Sulemana's injury free. I want to see what happens there. I want a slightly more physical presence on the wing. Maybe not just Barrett and Diaz stood there.
Yes, that's another one to talk about. Martin, I understand. I saw earlier you had a preview with the Leicester fan channel. I mean, what's the Leicester fans' mood at the moment? I spoke to I was speaking on BBC Radio Solent on Monday via the broadcaster with Sam Davis of Back of the Net podcast, and he was telling me how him watching Leicester, just like they're really not that great. He has no idea how they didn't get the win at the King Power Stadium. But what's the mood? I can just actually see the Leicester Till I Die has just jumped in the chat as well, so you can give us his thoughts in the chat section. But because is it Jack from Final Whistle?
Yeah, Jack. I've spoken to a couple of Leicester fans. I know a few that I chat to sort of on the phone and via text and bits as well. And they're all kind of saying the same thing. They don't like the style he's playing, actually, Steve Cooper. Totally different to what we see last season. Had a little look at how they really hurt us last season. Harry Winks was massive in those games. They controlled the midfield, didn't they? Him and Drewsbury Hall, they just pulled the strings and they used the two wide men. Whether it's Mavadidi, I can't remember the other lad that played out wide. Is it Fatawu? It was Fatawu. And they caused us a lot of problems, especially Fatawu did. Certainly on the right side against Manning. He kept going in behind him all the time. And I don't think they play like that as much. Fatawu struggling to get in the side. And Winks got dropped against Bournemouth as well. They reckon he struggled with the step up. They're not massively convinced by the style of football he plays. It's not like what they played last season. They'll probably be a bit more conservative than they were a year ago. I think there's a big opportunity for us to get a result in this. It's just whether they will. I'm not sure they're going to come and press us. I'm not convinced they do that. That's where we really struggle. It's just where we can create some chances. I like what Jack said about Sulemana. We really need someone to nail down that left-hand side position. We have nobody that wants it.
But they're all left. We've only got left wingers. But we've only got left wingers as well. There's no one for the right. It's got so many for the left, and then you don't do anything.
Yeah, I totally agree. You're spot on. Absolutely spot on.
Yeah. Just by there, let's do that, Matt. This is
No wonder you didn't call me, Chris. All right, fair play. I don't check my Twitter DMs, but
where's that message I normally get from Chris at the beginning of the week? Where is it? That'd be why. But overall, Martin, just before you leave it, I mean, what is your general feelings over the? I mean, the next 4 fixtures are absolutely massive. I, for one, don't see any drastic things happening unless something ridiculous happens on Saturday. But what's your kind of mood for the season ahead? I mean, you muttered that he needs to change, but overall, what are your thoughts on the season so far?
I thought we would have had a better start than we've had. I've got to be honest. I thought our fixtures weren't that. I didn't think they were that. They were quite favourable, really. But when you look back on it, there was winnable games in there. The Ipswich game throwing that away was just unforgivable, really. I was really disappointed with that. The performance down at Bournemouth was the real low point. I thought that was just so bad. It stunk so bad.
That first half was awful.
Yeah, I think a team like ours that probably are not gifted with the players that the top sides have. You just need everyone to give 110% and be clinical. We're just not clinical enough, and that's the one thing that we need to change. I think he does need to find another way of playing. No matter what happens, it's under the microscope because of the Premier League. They're going to constantly talk about the way that he plays football. I think he is under big pressure. I listened to Jim White and Talk Sport a lot during the week, and he's always talking about Dragon Solak. So he's obviously in touch with him. And he said a couple of weeks ago, whilst they're still believing in Russell and they hope that he can find a way to turn it around and he does the right things, is what he said. And he kept quoting it, and he's quoted it a few times since. There's no doubt that they want to see a change, not in just results, but I think it may be the way we play football as well. I think he's under big pressure. I don't think anything drastically will happen just yet. Obviously, Leicester, then we've got the City game, but it's going to have to start turning it around really quickly. Otherwise, we know what it's like. We could go through this next block of games if we don't find a win. I think we'll be staring right down the barrel already at this early stage, which is a horrible thought.
Yeah. I mean, I think the festive period, as it comes up, will have lots of fixtures that you can ultimately turn things around at. But you're absolutely right, and from the small amounts of conversations that we've been able to have with some of the board members, it's just the desperation of being in the Premier League, and I don't think it doesn't really matter who's there if you're not getting the results. No one really cares. Results is everything, and seeing how desperate they were to get back to the Premier League, I think they'll have to make a decision. And just listening to some of the interviews with Russ this week, I saw there was one on Sky, and obviously Russell Martin's grateful for the privilege of managing the club, but there was sort of murmurings of those sort of phrases that I'm just as long as it lasts, I'll be happy. But he's no fool. He's no fool at all. He knows exactly that. He needs to get results to maintain the job. I originally was thinking like, they'll stick with him until the end of the season, no matter what. And if it's relegated, just there's too much money at stake, and just the sheer desire or the financial need to be in the Premier League. It's something will have to be done. But there we go. Dare I ask for a score prediction before you go, Martin? You're more than welcome to say no, but
no, I'll give you a score prediction, definitely. Thank you for having me on. It's always a privilege to come on this show. Why not sit and watch every week? I'm going to go. I've got to go with our team. We've got to back our team. Going to go with a 2-1 victory. I'm going to go with Tyler Dibbling to score and Paul Noachu to come off the bench and score late in the game. That's what I'm going with.
That's literally the most romantic story you could have possibly painted. I do particularly like that. But everyone, please make sure to go and check out Football Martin massive on TikTok, massive on YouTube. Approaching 2,000 subs on YouTube. Is that
nearly 2,000. Yeah, it's nearly 2,000. Nearly 10 on TikTok. So yeah, keep going. It's a passion, isn't it? Just got to keep going.
And I know how hard this man works because I do similar stuff. So he's right up there. So please go over and give him the love and support. And to all the other fantastic Saints fan base community. All of them.
All of them.
Fantastic stuff. Martin,
thanks
guys. So much.
Thank you.
Any final words before you go?
No, I just need a win. Just need everyone behind us at the weekend. Just make a big noise at St Mary's. Get behind the boys, and hopefully we can get those 3 points and we can have a great weekend.
Let's hope so. Martin, thanks so much. Good to see you, mate.
Thank you.
Bye. There we go. Martin, thanks so much for spending time and joining us here this evening. Please be sure to go and check out the content over there. But I think there's some grounded thoughts there from Martin. Anything that stood out for you?
Oh, yeah,
there's a lot of good numbers.
Yeah, I mean, he scared the hell out of me with those numbers. I won't sleep tonight because of those, but that's fine. That's fine. One of the main things is when he was talking about Vardy, and isn't it just mental we're in 2024 and we're still worried about Jamie Vardy?
Yeah.
Mental, isn't it? Like, it is crazy. Like, fair play to the man. Like, the fact he's still about and and he's still like he's gonna score. He's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
It's he's a testament to the team. But no, it's. Yeah, I don't disagree with anything that Martin said, and I think it's difficult. It's with the whole Russ situation. It's just so difficult. I don't even know what to think the next few weeks are going to look like for us because the club have definitely learned from their mistakes from the first season. So they know that they probably kissed up with Ralph too long, and they know that they got the wrong guy in Nathan Jones.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They've learnt from all those things. And I just think that, again, like you say, there's a desperation to stay in this league and the long-term success of this club. And to be fair, the success of the Sports Republic model that they're trying to build means that we have to stay in this league. And, we were all there when Atkins got sacked. I don't think any of us wanted Poch. Yeah. I don't think any of us wanted Poch.
No.
And here we are. But it is that thing of who do you get? And what happens?
I think that also has a massive impact on it. Like, for instance, hypothetically, if Southampton pull the plug, Who else is there? And
Exactly.
if they have someone in mind that is some football genius that we know nothing about, but they've done their research on, then maybe in 6 months' time we'll be looking back on it and going, okay, yeah, we get it. But Russ has frustrated a lot of the fan base with the way we play. It terrifies me a lot of the time the way we play out from the back. I think we've been surprised how much of the ball that we've been able to have, but perhaps been quite disappointed with the sort of goals that we've given away. Just thinking back to that Brentford game, the game against Bournemouth, some really disappointing moments like that, but one or two moments where it's actually looked quite good. So time will tell. We shall see. Should we go over to the starting 11?
Let's go to that starting 11.
Let's go to the starting 11. This is the part of the
Starting
show where everyone can stick in their predicted or their preferred. Let's do preferred. So you can put in Benali on left back if you want, or whatever. Let's stick with the current team squad. Let's keep it nice and easy. Right, let's head on over to that particular studio as I'm finding the graphics. There we go. I've got it. Way. Where's that? God, I nearly hit close on that one. That would have been awkward.
I love how you've got the prime starters already in there. But now, here's the
I
thing.
know, right?
But here's the thing, right? Fullback. Are you starting Sugawara?
No. He can't even start for his country.
And then when that's Japan, that's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the defensive displays that I've seen from Charlie Taylor, I've quite liked.
Yeah.
So
And that's what we need. We need the defensive displays.
yeah, and I don't think we need to go as defensive as we did against Arsenal. So I can't see us doing anything other than 4-3-3 sort of thing, really. So that's why I also just tested that this would work as well. So that's why those two are in there. But I thought, unless you have any particular objections, then please do say. But that's what I put in there.
I think Walker's outside. And I don't think it's just one bad game for Sugawara either. I think after that sort of Brentford game, he's not been that kind of attacking threat, and that attacking threat is still leaving gaps at the back there. But I do quite like the link up between him and Diblin. It's just the defensive. I think he doesn't like, as much as you think, oh my God, when Kyle Walker goes forward, there's then a lot of space in that room there. If Sugawara goes forward, there is acres of space. It's somehow even bigger. So I don't like the fact we've taken a step backwards, not knowing what fullbacks are to be starting. But yeah, for me, I think you go Walker Peters and Wood. And Taylor, sorry.
Charlie Taylor.
That's the one.
You say Nathan Wood?
I just said, I said Nathan Wood. I don't know why. Too many players, mate.
Charlie Taylor. There he is. Sounds like a name you get in like a football comic, isn't it? Charlie Taylor.
Yeah, it is very much just like Football Manager reload name.
It is. Exactly. Generic. He'd be like a Pro Evo player, wouldn't he? Anyway. Right, where are we going centre-back pairing? I'm going to let you do this one this week.
Let's go Bednarak, Harwood, Bellis. I don't see why that needs to change.
I would agree with that.
How many more games has Jack got his ban for?
Well, I think it might be up now.
No, because it was extended, was it not? Because he called.
It was.
He used the word, didn't he? That you're not allowed to use.
Yeah, he did.
So
I can't remember if I put up a video of the last football prize, and I said it was a signed Jack Stevens shirt, and I was going to say Jack Stevens. I can assure you that word is not written on the back of the shirt; it's just his name. So I'm not sure if I posted that. But
I bet if you met Jack, he'd sign it though. I bet he signed it.
Yeah, Jack, can you just sign it? Shut up, you silly. No, don't do that. Right, we're doing Harwood Bellis. Got two choices here. Let's go with this one. England.
Love that guy.
Yeah. There we go. Right, we're heading off to midfield. We're heading off to midfield. Once again, be sure to get in your thoughts in the comment section. If you have a preferred 11, be sure to stick there. I'm just seeing if there's anyone. Sorry, Jack. Where were you? Right, midfield. Here we go.
Go on then.
Now I'm letting you do this one.
Oh, okay. Well, let's say Flynn Downs.
Iniesta.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And then I'm gonna go Aribo
Okay,
and Fernandez.
like it.
I do feel like everyone that had their complaints about us losing Thiago Alcaraz has had to eat their words a little bit with Fernandez because he's class. And he's the exact player that we need as well. He's so brave. He's always looking to go forward. He's not what they would call a passenger, which this season Smallbone can be accused of. And don't forget, Will is back from injury as well, so you never know. Russ might just be like, "You're going straight back in," but I doubt it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it'd be nice to have Smallbone on the pitch. I've just always been of the opinion if Smallbone's going to have a good game, it's from the very start, and not when he comes on with 30 minutes left to go.
Yeah. Rusty's agreeing with you. Downs, Aribo, Fernandez. That's what he's going for. Yeah. Right. Do I need to even ask, or do I just put in his name?
Oh, I thought you put on a watch. Yeah, Diblin. Yep.
Sorry, as you were. I think he's cemented in that place, which seems utterly mad because it only feels like maybe a few weeks ago that we were saying, do you reckon he'll get first team football this season? Do you reckon he'll get into the starting 11?
Get him in there.
So,
and if you just add Anuachu and Archer to the front there, I think you've got one hell of a team.
Well, doing both. Okay, so you're sticking Cameron Archer on the left
side?
Out
wide a little bit more, yeah.
Okay. I don't hate that. Were they playing together at Arsenal?
Was that not how the game ended?
Oh, yeah.
Because Ross Stewart went off, right? And then...
Oh, yeah. We haven't even talked about that, have we?
Listen, I feel terrible for Ross Stewart, but at the same time, I'm kind of angry about it too. Like, not because of him. It's not his fault. It's everybody. It's the whole team around signing him. That's their fault.
Yeah. Look at that 11.
Look at that. That's a good team, right?
That looks pretty good. There we go. Desired 11. Wow.
That is a Europa Conference winning league team. That is right there.
Money. Yeah, no, I like that. I think the physicality of Aribo is going to work well. The combination with him and Flynn Downs. I thought when they started against Newcastle away, I thought that they looked great together because literally every time we lost the ball, one of those two got it back. I think Fernandez links up perfectly well with Dibbling. So I think I really like that link up on that side. At the back, can't really argue with that centre-back pairing. And the creativity on the right side with Kyle Walker-Peters makes that right side look even more exciting. Maybe that might also lead to switch around because he thinks like, well, how much more creativity do I need on that right side? But what about the left? So I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. It's for me. It's like the right side is very attacking. It's going to be quite very quick. But the left side is really solid.
Mm-hmm.
Like Taylor's is a defensive fullback. I love that. Aribo is getting more and more physical, and his game is getting really, really great. But I think he's a big presence. He's a big player, big dude.
Yeah.
And Archer's got that. A little bit more. He's got a good hold up. He's good on the turn. So for me, it's kind of you got the fast paced wing, you got the solid wing, and then you got hard as nails down the middle.
Mm.
So the balance just looks right to me. Just looking at that, but at this point, anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I think also with that creativity on the right side, I think if you're watching the first half, if you're in the itching stand, you're going to see a lot of football, and then on the second half, depending on which way we're shooting, of course, they might decide not to shoot towards the northern straight away. I don't know. No, they do that anyway now, don't they? They shoot towards the chap in the first half. So we're going to see the second half action. We'll see. No, I like that. I like that. Just looking at some of these comments. So Rusty saying that's the 11 I've been talking about all week. This causes issues, I feel. I certainly do hope so. Sengatuli, I can't see Rusty picking on Yuachu though, even though he should give it a go. We need goals. I think that's the one area there. But I can see perhaps he might be a substitute, but hey, if we need a goal, he's definitely coming on. I think that's, he certainly deserves that after the Arsenal performance, which feels like an absolute lifetime ago. Isaac here, I thought we were going down from the start, but I want the team to be competitive, and we are not. Personally, I would sack him now. Finally, or what do you think? Wow, strong opinion. But we'll get onto that. We'll get onto that in a bit. Right, are we locking this in?
Lock it in, buddy boy.
Yes, locking that in. I'm not sure if I do press a button. No, this one locked in. There we go. So that sound effect.
That's a good sound effect. We do need a soundboard. That is what we're missing.
Make a note. Put that through to the accounts department. Can I have a soundboard, please? No. That'll be the conversation of the day.
I've got a drum machine. We can use it. How about?
I have got a soundboard. What am I talking about? I'll set that up.
So we've got options.
Visualize, people. Visualize. That's a great segue onto the score prediction section of the show. So be sure to stick in your score predictions right now, and me and Jake will be going through all of those right after we've done ours. And of course, we've already had our guest give his thoughts. Football Martin giving us a 2-1 prediction with Dibbling on Onuachu to score, which I think is probably the most romantic way to play it. So I do like that. Right, Jack, what are you thinking?
2-0 Saints.
Ooh, okay.
Yep. How about 2-0 Saints?
Okay.
See, Chris agrees with me, but he's just got it the wrong way around. It's going to be 2-0 Southampton. He's got it right that the home team's going to score because he's got 2-0, but it's the way it'll be. So yeah, no, I'm going 2-0. I like you say they do struggle away from home a little bit, and I just really want Ramsdale to get that first clean sheet. I want our first win to be at home in front of the Northern Wall with a clean sheet, because watching Aaron Ramsdale going ballistic in front of a roaring, wall, it would be amazing.
Yeah.
And I feel that can start something. Like, it's those moments that can start those little fires and start runs that we need it. For the sake of Russ, I don't want Russ to go. We're gonna, I'm sure we'll have a little bit more of a chat about it in a bit about everything with Russ, but I don't. I want him to do it. I want him to do everything we thought he could, but with a very real mindset of what it's like being in the league. So, 2-0 for me, and I'm gonna go Onuachu and Diblin.
Ooh.
Yeah, right.
Look at that. Do you know what? All in. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 as well. And I echo your thoughts completely. I think it's considering what I've heard about Leicester and the lack of creativity, perhaps they have the goal threats, but they have scored in every game so far. But I think it would be really great to solidify it up, and I thought we did really well in that game against Arsenal, and I thought we did well to get in 0-0 at the break, and I think if we can put in defensive display like that, I think albeit against completely different opposition, but yeah, it's against Steve Cooper. I mean, we can't beat Steve Cooper Leicester. What can we do?
Can you beat? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So there we go. Both me and Jack are going for a 2-0, a clean sheet. Jack, can you imagine?
Yeah, these are all just pipe dreams, I know, but one day,
first clean sheet of the season as well, wasn't it? In all competitions.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's completely deluded, then, isn't it? But anyway, we're going to put it in anyway. Right, let's scroll through. Here we go. Josh, no relation to Adams, up first. Look at this. Here we go. Right, he's going for a 4-1 to the Saints. Yes, really. Dribbling for 2. Fernandez, Tuchel with a bicycle kick off the bench.
Yes.
Vardy for them. I like that. I didn't think you could get even more romantic than what Football Martin was saying, but I think Josh might have just done it. Dave's going for a nervy 2-1. Chris at Leicester Till I Die he's put a Leicester win. Not sure. I think he might have got confused. With those numbers being the wrong way around. He's going for a 2-0 Leicester, sadly. Isaac's going for a 4-1 Leicester. God, that wouldn't be very good.
Come on, Isaac, mate. Get out. Thank you for watching.
Second to this going for not 4-0 to Saints, Jack.
You've not seen my Sky Bet app, mate. But yeah.
Yeah, he's putting 2-0 on this show and other numbers on other things. Ralphie is going for a 3-0 Saints. Lallana dribbling Sulemana off the bench. Daniel's going for a 1-0 Saints. Armour the Goat. That's a great hashtag like that. He's going for a 1-1. Mavadini last minute goal from Ben Brereton Diaz. That'd be a weird emotion at full time, wouldn't it? It'd be great that we. Yeah, because it's a draw. It's a draw. Don't take it personally. Mark's going for a 3-1 must win. Absolutely. Connor's going for a 2-1 to the Foxes. Don't like to see that. No, don't like to sound that. That would be good. It's these names. You're not going to catch me out. I haven't had any. So there we go. I was picking up a can of drink there, but there we go. He's going for a 3-0, a 3-3, 6-goal thriller with Saints coming back from 3-0 down. Ryan's going for a 2-1 Saints, Dibbs and Vardy and Archer. Let me see. Leicester till I die. Get out. Rubbish.
Come on, Chris.
How dare you? How dare you?
Meant to be friends.
We've never done it with 11 on the pitch, but we have beaten you with 10. So, just saying. We went down a player and we beat them 2-1. So, which is technically, it's a bit more embarrassing, isn't it, Chris? I'm reaching there. I am reaching there. MFC Ultra is going 0-0. Got a feeling it's going to be a ball draw or clean sheet at least. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Isaac's back. Welcome back, Isaac. He's going for a 4-0 Southampton.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that.
Lovely stuff. 2 local Southampton lads going for a 2-0. He's with us, Jack. Paul to score from a header and Archer to score. Love this. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic stuff. Well, there's a fair bit of positivity in there, which is a good sign because, if both of these sides aren't thinking they can get a win out of this, then what are we doing here? But it's a massive game. Absolutely massive game. So, shall we talk about the pressures of Russell Martin before we move on to the England manager chat?
I mean, we can have a little bit more of a chat about it. I mean, I don't want to be burying the man already because he deserves everything, but I am just so hyper aware of the position that we're in and how bad it is. Mm-hmm. And the fact that we're rolling into international breaks. I was saying to you before we came on, this time last season, the championship, he's played more games.
Yeah.
And it just feels like at this point where, we were underway and there was stuff happening and you can kind of see things working. Whereas now it does seem to get slowly but surely worse each game we go on. And it's just who's out there, what goes on next. But I will say, I was talking to Sarah earlier on today. I just miss the championship. And it's not even just the winning of the games. It's the teams we had. It's the other games that we went to. I just kind of miss it.
There were some lively scenes in the championship. I won't lie. There was one or two moments, wasn't there?
I preferred the fan content. I preferred the people that were around. I don't like the headache of the Premier League.
Stressful, isn't it?
It's just everything around it. It does feel just morally bankrupt up here. I'm just like, there's no passion. There's no fun here. If you go through the league, mate, what position? When is it actually fun to be a Premier League team? Unless you're City, in which case the problems are coming. It's not fun. Arsenal don't enjoy it because they've given everything they've got and still losing to the teams.
Yeah, they're getting better year on year. And getting second.
Second.
Yeah.
Liverpool, they're not doing what they should want to be doing. They, in reality, they had that one good season behind closed doors. That wasn't fun.
Yeah.
United are United. Chelsea are Chelsea. Spurs are Spurs, and those are meant to be the best ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. And actually, the best seasons we had were effectively sort of ending us up in the Europa League, which was great. And to see European football at St Mary's, I absolutely love that. But to think how far,
I feel
you've got to aim. You've got to aim for it, though. You've got to aim for it.
Maybe Villa are the only other team that I'm like, yeah, that's great. But it's only fun when you're not expected to do well. When you're suddenly then expected to do well and it doesn't go well, it's no longer fun anymore.
Yeah.
And that's the Premier League.
Yeah, exactly right. And exceeding expectation is basically the barometer for success, isn't it?
That's the only good success in the Premier League is you're surprised by how well it's going.
Yeah,
and that's it. Whereas in the other leagues, you feel there's something more in there to get the playoff spots.
Wasn't it a bit more like that in the Championship because we were expected to win every game? It felt we had a bit of a feeling of that, didn't we?
But
it was just a case of...
But in the Championship, it's not like we were Leicester and we were storming it every week. There was a certain unknown going into games because there were teams you're like, well, I'm not quite sure who the best player. I don't know how they played. I don't know what it's going to be like. It's they're new. And you
lose at home to Stoke, draw with Rotherham.
Bloody hard games.
Lose to Millwall.
And they've come out of nowhere, and it's sort of like that for me was just more fun. Like coming out of a game being frustrated because we lost, but being like, how did we lose? Like, what happened there? Whereas here, it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
But again,
it's just the most unforgiving league, though, isn't it? And like I was saying earlier, it's just these teams aren't having to do a lot to get wins over us, which is the most depressing point. But yeah, you do have a point. But you remember that time when we were finished comfortably mid-table with something like 48 points and finished 10th under Pure, and we were like, we're bored of this. Change it, and then it's just kind of just. Like that.
I mean, mate, I said it at the time that the future will look good on Pure the further we go from it. But no, but that again, that just leads to my point. You're underperforming with what you think you should be doing well with. Suddenly the league's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
And I think how many teams that happens to when they're still doing well, but it's just stagnant. It's just not entertaining. And then you change it, and suddenly it's ruined. Because you're trying to. It's just not a fun league. Not a fun league.
We're on the promo for the Premier League, Jack. You can't be going around saying stuff like that.
That's the best bit. Yeah,
we're not on the payroll, but we're on the promo video for the Premier League, and you've just badmouthed it. What are you doing?
The best bit about the Premier League this season is that they've used a Championships team promo. At the time, a Championships team promo.
Technically, it was after the full-time whistle. So does that actually count? Well, we'll have to ask Leicester, don't we? Because of course, when does it actually end? You being a Premier League club? Is it the last game of the season or end of the financial year according to the Premier League? Oh, who knows? Luke Powell FC.
Difficult to know.
We haven't even mentioned that. We just let them off on that. We haven't even talked about that.
I think because we all know that sets a precedent for 115 more charges to come.
Yeah.
Which don't look like they're going to come either.
No. It's a very good point. It's like, wow, if we let Leicester off, then we've got a chance to do it. Yeah.
Let them make the Super League. Get them gone.
Yeah.
Let them all go. Let's go back to being bored. Let's go rough. Let's be great. Let's be Championship is the new Premiership, and idiots go. I'm done with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark's jumping in here with the very good question, just to bring us back on topic. Who would replace Russell Martin? Potter won't come while he's collecting millions from Chelsea. Excellent point, Mark. So who? It's a good question. I think whoever it is, I don't think we'll know who it is. If something was to happen, we'd be like, oh, okay. It's not going to be a name that we know.
I hear they're keen on that Wolfsburg manager. I don't know what his name is.
It'll be something like that. It'll be something like that. Oh, hang on. I see what you've done there. It's very clever, Jack.
Thank you.
We look an absolute tool live on air.
Someone doesn't watch the Bundesliga.
A bunch of farmers. Why do I watch that one? But yeah, no, it's a good question, and I think it will be. like I said, I just don't think it'll be someone that
But-
we know about.
But here's the thing: the thing that I think the Sports Republic should look at is Villa, and how how bad. Look how bad Villa were under Gerrard. They were terrible. They were terrible, and even before Gerrard, they were a struggling team, and then boom, look at what they get put in there, and how well he does. It's a good evening every evening at Villa Park.
Exactly. Just want to make it clear, just in case Russell Martin is watching the show, we are not comparing you to Steven Gerrard with your managerial tactics.
No. You're way better than Gerrard.
That is way too far,
Absolutely
Jack.
not. No. However, he had won more Premier League games.
Okay, you got a point.
Got a
This
point
is
there.
a much tougher league, though, now. This is a much tougher league. Back then, you could get away with it. But you saw how badly we were playing under some of our managers.
Yeah,
that
exactly,
we've
and that's
had.
what I mean. And I think it needs an appointment. Like I don't know if Potter even is that guy, but like a name, someone that's going to take you a step above. We want for the next manager the equivalent of the Ramsdale signing.
Okay.
If you see what I mean, like, it needs to be. It's like this is a statement. We're going for
marquee.
this, and that's why we're going for Rafa Benitez. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Are you serious?
Hear me out. Hear me out.
All right, okay. The floor is yours. Go.
Okay, I'm going to sum it up with 2 words: Rafa Benitez, and that's all you need to know. That's all you need, my friends. That's all you need.
That's all you need. I
all
will
you need
also
is
point
Rafa.
out that it wasn't until the 28th of October until what's the Bournemouth manager's name?
Gary O'Neill.
No,
Oh,
the
the
new
new
one. The one that was under. Anyway, him. Iriola. There we go. Thank you, Brain. You've come back in the room. Thank you so much. Iriola took until October the 28th to get a win in the Premier League last season. And that was against Burnley.
Yeah, but how many draws did he have before then?
He had, he had a couple. But it didn't look great. So, who knows? I would absolutely love for it to turn around and for this weekend to be the start of that.
That's it. All it takes is that bit of fire, and I think it can happen, but it's got to happen quick.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to happen quick. Mark's coming to a point. Emery took 3 transfer windows to get them winning and playing the way they are. They're a good side, though. They are a good side. Emery sort of breaking the hearts of many Arsenal fans as well after we've left them by, effectively costing them the title on both occasions, shall we say? Yeah, brutal. That is football. Steve Bruce.
Let's go.
Let's not go too far, but that would be my worry. Is they will revert to like Sam Allardyce, David Moyes, all that kind of stuff. Like and the panic. I don't want the panic. The panic will bring nothing but relegation.
Can I say? I think David Moyes isn't a bad shout.
No, not all these players. They're not the sort of players that are going to park the bus, are they? No.
Or are they? We just don't know that yet. Maybe that's what they're built for.
The tank that is Carl Walker-Peters. He's going to suddenly turn into Dan Burn overnight. Yeah, that's what he's going to do.
Easily done.
You're not alone. Someone else thinks that Moyes would be good. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
It's because you don't like gingers, isn't it? That's what it's always been about. That's what it's always been about.
Absolutely right. Never
Mike
liked
doesn't
them.
like Gordon Strachan. Mike never liked Gordon Strachan. Ronald Koeman wasn't a fan.
It's more of a strawberry blonde, though.
Strawberry
You're more of a
blonde.
strawberry blonde.
Mate, strawberry blonde is like big boned. It's just grow up. I'm ginger and fat. Just deal with it.
Oh dear. Right, well, that's a great time to move the discussion on to a certain other appointment that was made this week with Thomas Tuchel being appointed the England manager. Have your say in the comment section. Are you in agreement with this? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you even care? I think it's been summed up quite well, actually, by a few people who said that I'm not necessarily against it. I'm just disappointed that we haven't got anyone in the pool of English managers that is, I don't know, is he capable?
I
I
honestly
don't know.
God,
Eddie Howe,
I honestly God
Potter.
couldn't care less where the England manager came from. I have no makes no difference to me. I just want somebody who can do something with this squad of players, and somebody who's got a proven track record. Now, Chelsea, you can't blame that on anyone apart from Chelsea itself, whatever. But Tuchel can do it. He's got a great tactical mind, and he is one of those managers. Like when the first few people said like, "What about Pep at the end of the season?" I was like, "Yeah, well, why not a manager like Pep? Why not Klopp? Why not a Tuchel like that? That do something a bit different, something that can really come in, make a difference." And I think because the England setup's so good, you'll still have what Gareth left behind. They, as long as you keep a lot of those FA the coaches around and build it around that, great. It's just having a tactician, someone who can do it. He won the Champions League, which so it's stuff that he knows exactly. Man could do it. So I've got no opinion on that. But the way I look at it is like, look at the Lionesses. Was anybody complaining there that a Dutch woman was manager of England at the time? No.
Mm-hmm.
Although I will say, I had a little discussion with my friend Ian earlier on, and he said the last England foreign managers were pretty great. I had to just remind him that that's not the case.
Well, I think Sven was all right.
Was he?
Okay, yeah.
He's just a lovely man. Just a lovely man. Then replaced by an absolute... Didn't have what? Because should we go through the team?
He didn't have managers in the Premier League playing as a false nine to basically try and copy and then play with two defensive midfielders. He didn't have that. He didn't have that.
Yeah, but there were no managers at that time playing a system that would really work for that. I feel like if you had today's managers with that England team, it'd be fine. You could fit that around it. But no, we weren't playing certain styles of football, and you're just trying to put people in places where they shouldn't be going into. But I think you could definitely do something else with it. Yeah. But yeah, Sven was just a lovely bloke, and then you replace him with the opposite end, an absolute arse.
Yeah,
who just annoyed all the team, broke spirits, and we pretty much were recovering from that until Gareth came back. Okay, sorry, Gareth came in.
I just read this. Strawberry blonde is just another hairy stuff.
It is very much.
Sorry, I missed that. Sorry.
And yeah, I'm of the opinion of, if you're talking about best England managers of all time, it goes Alf Ramsey, Gareth Southgate. There's no arguing that. So you just need somebody coming who has that slight. Gareth's almost set you up for he's giving you what you need. There it is. Those are the players. That's the team. They're brilliant. Let's go. We've been working with these players since they were 10. Mm-hmm. You've got it there. All it takes now is to have an England manager who isn't the last guy in the pub to get what should be going on.
Yeah,
that's always the problem with England managers, is they're the last one to see what's wrong.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think the only thing you can say. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, if you could just have a manager that was one step ahead of an idiot, then we're gonna it'll be flying.
Yeah. No, I get that, and I think a lot of people. The only question mark over Gareth Southgate's reign was the fact that the teams that he was beating, none of them were particularly. He wasn't beating high flying sides. Okay, he did beat Germany in the Euros, but that wasn't a particularly great German side. But here's the thing: when we look back at like the Bobby Robson era and certain eras of England, that even when they didn't win, we still look back at it because you think, what a manager, what a player, what a team. And you have to admit, a lot of that is because of how those players talk about that manager. Mm. Now, when it comes to 10, 20 years' time, when all those players have retired, I swear down, every one of those England players will be like, Gareth was the best manager. Gareth had it with us. Gareth changed the way I play football. I played my best football for Gareth, because that's what he did. Now, unfortunately, the limitations then were on Gareth, because you've got the players playing amazing. You've just got to put them in the position and do what we need to be doing. So, Gareth as Saints manager, well, that would be a good way to not break the camaraderie. I feel like the spirits would remain. but everything I just said, spirits wouldn't remain in my cupboards. I'll tell you that much if that was to happen. Dave's not in agreement, and also Rachel's not in agreement either. So yeah, I don't think that's something that it certainly would inspire. I think there were a lot of Man United fans who are a bit worried that Gareth might end up there, but
No, the new United manager sat literally next to Ten Hag in the dugout. I don't know what. How weird is that? How weird is it knowing your replacement is sat right next to you and he's just waiting? He's like, go on then, lose, see what I care. I can fix this.
That must be a weird conversation though. Like you go, like, so what do you think we should do? Looking at Ruvan Nistelrooy, he's going, don't know.
Have you seen all the stuff about Ferguson? Apparently, he's been having like meetings with players and telling them not to do certain things. He's been banned from the ground.
I heard that he'd taken a different role in the Ineos structure, which basically I think it was whether it was like a financial thing that they were manipulating to make sure it all tied. I don't know, but I wasn't aware that he was interfering with play, as they say.
Apparently so. That might not be 100. That might be 100% true, but you know, I've seen it from enough places now.
Yes. Yeah. Might say what was thrown up at the Euros was dire. We could have won the thing, but he managed to mess it up too. We were so close. So that Spanish side were pretty decent though, weren't they? They were pretty good. Yeah, annoyingly.
And that Italy side.
Yeah, no, they weren't. No, I'm not having that. They're rubbish.
Oh yeah,
they were there for the taking.
Oh yeah, who won? Harsh, mate. It was harsh.
Poor tactical play when we were 1 up. Can't sit back for 87 minutes. Ridiculous. No. Right. I think we've pretty much done that really. Any final thoughts on Leicester before we close on that?
Same old, mate. Just not a repeat.
Not a repeat. Of course, Jack and I will be there for Saturday's game. We're looking forward to it. I know there's lots of other Leicester content creators messaging me, so hopefully we have a link up before the game. So that'll be fun to get their thoughts. At least before. I've got to rush off straight after, so I won't be there to catch up on all the jubilations. See, believe, achieve, all that stuff. But yeah, no, we're certainly looking forward to it. But it does start a run of 4 games before another international break, would you believe? That is absolutely a must win. I think this one's a must win. Everton at home is a must win. And Wolves is a mustn't lose.
Yep, that's the way. That's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, absolutely. Dave, we will be at the fan zone before the game. I'll be in the Northern, and I'm being dropped off, so I might be able to have a beverage. So yeah,
a warm kingfisher for the man.
I'll take the stale one that's been poured for 2 minutes. Yes, that's mine. Hands off. Yes, no, we'll be there, or at least I will be there. Jack, what time are you getting down? Any idea?
Listen, mate. It's never my idea. That's completely up in there. But we'll find out. I assume we'll probably leave here at 12.
Yeah.
Well, we'll say 12, and that'll be 1:45.
Sweet. It's always fun to go down and watch the early kickoff. Just for anyone who's curious about watching the early kickoff, that Northern fan zone is epic. So definitely is the place to be.
And I feel we need to start the petition now to get tramps and amps on that stage. Although it would be, I feel like I don't know how that would work great for you because you'd have to run to the seat. But
exactly, yeah.
It would make the vlog very entertaining.
It would indeed. I could stick the GoPro at the end of my headstock and just shred out, and just have. I have had quite a few emails from people who are in bands trying to get on that stage, which is kind of fun because I'm like, is this suddenly an agency for like the Northern Fan Zone?
Let's be real. The Northern Fan Zone, I know so many bands that would be good to play it. That if Saints ever need help with finding bookings, I could definitely be your booking agent for that stage, no doubt. And I could get you an eclectic range.
Absolutely. We see some decent covers, man. I have to say. Pretty loud as well. I don't know if running the PA.
I'm full. I want to see the DeLoreans on that stage. They were great when they played the stage out by the Kingston last year. Big up to
Yeah.
the DeLoreans.
Yeah, no,
The best function band out there.
yeah, I got to give it to them. Yeah, they are sides, and they're all really nice people as well. So
Annoyingly
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and actually, I lost a capo, which is basically something you stick on a guitar to anyone who isn't aware, at a show. And one of the DeLoreans actually found it on a mic stand, kept hold of it, and brought it back to me, which is lovely.
Good
Brilliant.
guys.
It's a really expensive
And
one.
Dan, their drummer, is one of the sweetest human beings and an absolute cutie pie. So
Totally. Go and check them out.
go check DeLoreans. And you know what? Whilst we're doing it, go check Tramps and Amps out. Go check Charm Type. Go listen to Charm Type. I'm wicked, guys. We're playing Bournemouth soon. Bournemouth next Saturday. Bear Cave, come down, have a party with us.
Full Saints kit, you wearing on that one?
Right, so I've got that Halen Island show in Portsmouth in December. I'm thinking about it. I don't think we can play there again.
Oh, absolutely love that. Andy's late to the show. Hello, Andy. How are we doing? A quick recap. Let me see. You are a member, so you are entirely entitled to a quick recap. Thank you so much for the support. We started the show with a bit of back and forth banter. We have Football Martin join. He gave us some stats, so definitely go back and watch the beginning of this because he's put through some amazing stats of games. Some to bring encouragement, some not so much. Then we did our starting 11, and we did score prediction, which was fairly positive. We then talked about Russell Martin and Thomas Tuchel being the England manager. There we go.
There you are.
There we go.
Or alternatively, like I think if you just click one or go to the beginning of the video, you can just watch it again.
Yeah, you can do that. Definitely. And always be sure to put in the comments in the comment section. Keep the conversation going, is what we like to say.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Get that bell on.
And he's even put his score prediction like that. 1-0 down's the winner. There we go. What a finale to this show. Thank you so much, Andy. That's huge. Massive. Right, there it is. Thank you so much for joining. We will be about, or I'll be around on the Northern Fan Zone, so please come and say hi. Maybe get in a vlog, do something. So yeah. As always, remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you at the weekend. All right. See ya.